Hello students. Today I want to talk to you about zingers for your conclusion. We've done work with zingers before, but I wanted to spend a little more time talking to you about it. You're ready to think about your zinger if you are on day 4 or day 5 of writing. And if you've already written something, you may decide after this lesson that you want to change it up and improve it and make it better or different. So keep an open mind and check out what I have to say. We'll start with the basics. So these are the basic zingers that we always work with. Something like, so the next time if you are ever, and moving forward, it's important for you to remember that. Okay, so these are 3 examples that I have that fit, that they're just basic examples that would kind of work for anybody's essay that go with each of those 3. So we've got here, so the next time you use a plastic straw, think about what it could do to a sea turtle. Next one. If you are ever in the position to do something to help these poor animals, you should. Moving forward, it's important to remember that we all have a responsibility to help endangered species. So this probably would be the most specific of the bunch, but then these 2 are very general things to say. Okay, and again, with a zinger, you're trying to leave the reader with a final thought that really drives home your claim and kind of gets them inspired to want to do something about what you've been writing about. And with that, I want to talk to you a little bit about how to make your zinger more personal and relevant to endangered species. So we've learned by now that the main reasons for the loss of a species is habitat destruction caused by things like deforestation and also hunting and poaching. And there's also climate change, but I'm going to stick with hunting and poaching. And I have a couple of suggestions that I'm going to make for you all for things that you could reference in a zinger. So let's start with habitat loss. And habitat loss can be from deforestation, cutting down forests and trees, to farm, to build communities, pushing animals out of their land because you're destroying their habitat. And it can also be pollution. It could be that, the effects of pollution or the effects of climate change are making that habitat uninhabitable. And so you're probably going to want to think about an idea of telling the reader to perhaps buy sustainably and locally. If you're in 4MC, you'll remember that Maxton's mom, Miss Anna, came in and talked to us a lot about how she works for a company that is trying to give us the knowledge that we need to buy products from people that are not harming the environment or animals as a result of that. And so you could tell the reader, the next time you think about going shopping with your parents and you want to pick out your favorite toy or your favorite food, do some research on the people that are producing that item. And don't buy it if they are doing things that harm endangered animals. So that would go along with like buying sustainably and locally, and then also researching the company. So case in point, we have Burger King. I know for a fact that Burger King is definitely a company that uses deforestation practices to farm. And as a result, they hurt a lot of animals and the environment. Next, we have hunting and poaching. And I would say, think about the World Wildlife Fund or the animal sanctuaries. For BI, we adopted a turkey earlier in the year from an animal sanctuary. And if you go to the World Wildlife Fund, there are all kinds of adopt an animal options to choose from. And so that's one thing that you could suggest to your readers. If you are feeling inspired by my essay, then head on over to wwf.org and consider adopting one of the endangered animals that I've talked about in my essay. Perhaps a jaguar or a polar bear. And so here are 3 examples of how those zingers might sound. And they're really simple. But again, just something to consider, a way to make your zinger a little bit more specific to endangered species and a little bit more powerful. And also a way to help the reader feel like they're going to make a difference. That as a result of reading your essay, they now can come out of this and do something good for one of these animals that is suffering and on the brink of extinction. These are my examples here. Consider adopting a jaguar at wwf.org. For this next one, avoid eating at Burger King and other big places that contribute to deforestation. And for the last one, commit to helping these animals right now by going from plastic to reusable products. And that's all I have for zingers today.